Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. Check out our Instagram at carryandcut and our Patreon at carryandcut. I really do appreciate all the support on the Patreon. All the proceeds from the Patreon are going to go directly back into the channel to buy new knives and new equipment to help make the quality and the content better for you guys. So what do we have today? We have the Hogue Deka. And this is, I think, the Gen 2. This is the one of the MagnaCut blade. We have a modified Wharncliffe blade shape on this thing. It is an Elishawitz design, but before we get into it, I want to give a huge shout out to Stephen. This is another one of his knives from his collection he sent over to us to disassemble, do a review on, carry around, and just overall just have some fun with it and share our feelings with it. So Stephen, I really do appreciate it sending this over to us. You know, it's a huge help, all you guys in the community wanting to help at least our channel out, my channel. And sending some of your knives over, and it's just it's a good thing. You know, I love seeing everybody's stuff, and you know, the more content we get, the better off it can be, right? So the better variety of stuff. You know, I don't have every single knife that is ever be bought or ever made, so it's awesome to at least have some more options for you guys to look at. So, like I was saying, we have the Hogue Deka. Like I said, it was an Elishawitz design, CPM MagnaCut on the blade steel, and that is very awesome to see. I know people love their MagnaCut nowadays, and this one is exceptionally well. It's heat treated. I think it was a 62, 64 HRC, so Hogue does a really good job on their MagnaCut, and they're definitely hitting that proper number on the HRC. I know a lot of companies were like 60 or 59 to 61, maybe 61, 62, but if they're all the way up to 62 to 64, that is the appropriate range that you want to be, getting at least your hardness up to. So definitely nice to see. It's going to be able to hold an edge for a nice long time. It's going to be nice and tough, and it's going to be very stainless all at the same time. So MagnaCut is one of those best of all three worlds, I guess you could say. So good stuff, excellent properties on it. So let's go on into this thing. So the first thing that I'm really noticing exactly how light this knife is. It's kind of crazy, and I hate saying it's like a bug out competitor, but it definitely is a bug out competitor, and I like this one more than the bug out also. So I know we also looked at the Kershaw Bel Air. That was a super nice one. It's extremely lightweight knife too, crossbar locking knife. However, I do like the Bel Air even more than this one because of the aluminum handles that it comes with. So the prices are somewhat similar. This one's definitely cheaper. I was looking at this one, it was $124.99 on Blade HQ. Unfortunately, it is out of stock right now, and you can get some. They're going to be in the drop point configuration, but they're about $140 for these. It's brand new, so that's definitely nice to see. Definitely great ergonomics on this thing, or I wouldn't say they're out of bounds, but they're definitely pretty good. They give you a nice, nice finger cutout, and that kind of locks you into one position. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You can definitely kind of choke up if you wanted to. Definitely got to be careful on that. I already cut my darn finger on this thing today, just closing the blade. I've had my finger in the travel of the blade. I don't know what I was doing, messing around with that, something like that got me, clipped me pretty good. So this thing is crazy sharp, and Stephen put his own edge on this thing. He's almost got a nice mirror polish on it, or at least a very highly polished edge on it, and this thing is absurdly sharp. So I'm not sure what angle we actually did the sharpen on this thing, but it's wicked good. Got great cutting performance. Of course, he's got his lanyard on there. Stephen loves all of his lanyards. This is a partial liner construction. It does have a liner for their able lock, but all the rest of this is a glass reinforced polymer on the handle material. Keeps the weight down, but it's very nice though. It's pretty good feeling in the hand. Doesn't feel too cheap, and you definitely can't even squish it. So it's nice and tough. It's not like the whatever kind of crazy stuff Benchmade uses, but this is definitely a sturdy knife. You got 3 standoffs, back spacers in there, barrel spacers, whatever you want to call them. Of course, you got our able lock, and that is definitely pretty nice. We do have a stop pin in there, over travel stop, whatever you want to call it, stop pin, dual thumb stud deployment. You can just do the good old flick it out, get the reverse flick on it pretty good, or the normal thumb stud flick. So this thing is definitely a great knife on it, a great knife. I do like the kind of like the compound grind things that got going on there. It doesn't say, I was on the website looking, and it doesn't say that these are like any different grinds. They just say flat grind on it, but I almost feel like this front one's kind of a more aggressive, I don't know, maybe it is just flat ground, but it just tapers down a lot faster than this one does. That's what kind of makes me think that this is a hollow grind in the front, and it really doesn't feel like it, and you can't really tell. But this is going to be more of your, slicey. If you look at it, it's a Wharncliffe on this side and on this side. So if you think about these as 2 separate blades, you're going to be able to lay flat on the table this way, then you'll also be able to lay flat on your whatever you're cutting on this one. So this is going to be more for like your powerful cuts, like your striking if you're trying to carve into something. And then your front part is going to be more of your slicer, delicate, finer work. So you can really get down to the tip. You can get all the way down there on this thing, which is definitely nice to see. Really do love that. So all around, this can be a great cutting tool, and it's definitely really nice. So let's go ahead and get some measurements on this thing. I'll get the tape measure back out today. We are looking at from tip to the end, just about 7.5 inches. Not quite 7.5, but we are like 3 1/4 on the blade length, which is awesome. A lot of people like that 3 1/4 inch size. We're about 3 1/8 of actual sharpened edge on the blade, so that's definitely nice. And I don't know if you can really consider that a belly, but there definitely is some extra cutting length on the cutting edge. So great to see. That's good stuff. Let's go ahead and get some weight on this thing. And this is going to be Mrs. Carry and Cut's kitchen scale, as always. So huge shout out to her. Still haven't got yet to get her new ones. Her birthday's coming up though, so we'll have to invest into one of them. All right, we're looking at 2.3 ounces, but that's kind of subjective because of the lanyard and the bullet on there. But you know, it's still pretty good to see. 2.3. I bet it's probably closer to 2 ounces, maybe without that bullet on there. So great to see. Definitely a very light knife. You're not even gonna know you have it in your pocket. How about some size comparisons? Let's do. How about this? F and Grow. I think this is the. Geez, I can't even think of what model number this one is. This is our 750 subscriber giveaway knife. So definitely pretty awesome. Can't wait to do that. This is another crossbar locking knife. Great action. You know, excellent quality for the price of this thing. Can't wait to give this one away. We actually dyed the scales on this one, so we did a how to Rit dye your knife scales video. So that was pretty cool. Ended up well. All right, so there's that one. How about the CJRB Echo? This is another great knife. Really love this one. So we're about the same length right there. How about the Spyderco Delica? So pivot to pivot, we're pretty close to the same size right there. And how about the Yojimbo? Pretty much right on the money, same exact size. And then we'll do the PM2 just for one more, might as well. So there's the Crewwear PM2 Canvas Micarta. All right, definitely gonna be smaller than the PM2. All right, so I think that pretty much does it. I always did forget to say, this is a 94 thousandths of the blade stock thickness also. So this thing is very thin, very slicey, and very aggressive. So you can, you know, I would almost say this is like a tactical, you know, some kind of a tactical folder also at the same time. We do have a really nice pokey tip on it for being a Wharncliffe, so that's going to be, you could definitely get into something on this one. So definitely pretty cool. I like these thumb studs too. These thumb studs are really nice, and so is the Able lock, you know, for your actual stop bar or whatever you want to call it, crossbar lock. This thing has definitely got some really good traction on it. Really do like the pivots. We got T8s in the body screws too. I forgot to say that. T8s everywhere around. Even I think the clip even has T8 screws also. Let me go ahead and get my tools out here. We can find out just exactly if that is a T8. So we got T8, yep, T8 clip screws, T8 body screws, and we got T8 in the pivot. So we got T8 fasteners all around on this thing, which is definitely pretty awesome. So, like I said, overall, for the price of this thing, the utility of it, just the overall great build quality. Hogue's another, you know, great brand made in America. So that's awesome to see. We love supporting American-made companies here on the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. You know, I wish I could have every single knife that I own in America, made in America, I guess, but that's just not quite possible. But I do have a couple, and I'm really starting to grow my collection, so it's awesome to see. You know, I'd love to venture out of all the budget stuff, but, you know, the budget stuff is what keeps the videos coming at the same time. So, like I said, that's another thing about the Patreon. If you guys want to support the Patreon, that, you know, gives me more money to be able to buy, you know, better and nicer stuff for the channel for you guys to see. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I sure do appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, thanks.